In today's video, I'm going to be going over the brand new 2022 year in review objective, how to complete it the quickest way, the best ways to do it, and the easiest way to do it, and the way that I did it in the end. Okay, so to kick things off, I'm going to start off with Glorious 15. This is scoring in 15 separate matches using a French player, and all of these objectives that I'm going to list off in a minute are going to be on squad battles and rivals. You can't do it on anything else, unfortunately. So yeah, Glorious 15 is scoring in 15 separate matches using a French player. Pretty self-explanatory. You just slap a French player in your team and you want to score a goal each game. Next up, we have German Silverware. This is scored using a Colombian player and a Nigerian player in the same squad battles or rivals match. Now, again, very self-explanatory. You just want to slap in a Colombian and a Nigerian player and score once with both of them. Next up, we have Los Blancos versus the Reds, and this is win and score using a Brazilian player with minimum 80 dribbling on squad battles or rivals yet again. And again, super self-explanatory. Just slap at a Brazilian that has 80 plus dribbling and score a goal, and obviously win the match. Next up, we have MLS Spectacle. This is win a match while scoring at least 3 goals, so a hat-trick with MLS players on squad battles or rivals. Now again, very easy to do. Because they put it on squad battles, this objective is extremely easy. You can get, I think, 3 of these objectives done in one game. We also have Japanese Triumph, which is score using a Japanese player in 3 separate matches while conceding no more than 1 goal. So as long as you don't concede more than 1 goal and you score in with a Japanese player, that'll work perfectly fine. Now we have the more long process bits of this objectives. Next up, we have Morocco's Journey, which is play 6 matches while having 3 midfielders from Morocco in your starting 11. And I will say Morocco players are about 7,000 coins at the moment, so you will have to pay quite a bit if you're doing this objective and don't have the cards available. But it's very self-explanatory. You just chuck in 3 Morocco midfielders into your lineup, and as long as they're in your starting team, you can take them out straight away. Next up, we have La Albi Celeste Legacy, which is win 6 matches and score at least 2 goals per match while having 9 Argentinian players. It is very self-explanatory. You should put 9 players from Argentina in your squad and win the matches. Again, it's going to be on squad battles, this one, I reckon, unless you want to go into rivals with the team. So with all of these things out of the way, now we know what we actually need to do for the objective. We now need to go ahead and have a look at the teams that I recommend using. Obviously, it doesn't have to be the exact same players, but I'm going to show you the method that I used, and it only took me a couple of hours, so hopefully it will take you guys around at the same time. Okay, so this is the Morocco's Journey setup that I had going. Now, the reason why this team is a little bit all over the place is we have the Japanese player, we have the Brazilian player, we have the Nigerian player, and we have the MLS and the Colombian player. And we also have the French player, and finally, last but not least, we have the Moroccan players. So with this setup, it allows us to work towards 6 different objectives out of the 7. Like I mentioned, the French player for the goal, we need to just score a goal with him. Colombian and Nigerian player, we need to score a goal with both of them. We need a Brazilian player with 80 plus dribbling, which is Jairzinho in my case, and win a match while scoring at least 3 goals. The MLS player is obviously going to be the same as our Colombian player, so it works even better. We're also using a Japanese player because we need to score using a Japanese player in 3 separate matches, so we can get that ticked off at the same time. We also have the Morocco midfielders, which is going to come into effect with the play 6. So something like this is really beneficial to have. Obviously, it doesn't matter what card you used. I'm not saying go out and buy Jairzinho for the Brazilian. You can literally use like any Brazilian that has 80 plus dribbling. Use what you have in your club. Try and spend as minimal coins on this as possible. And yeah, this is what I recommend. You don't really need fullbacks, because if you're playing on squad battles and you're doing semi-pro, you can play the first half and you don't need to play the second half at all. Okay, so now we've established what we need to do for the beginning bit. Once you've gone ahead and finished Morocco's Journey, you want to switch over to a team like this. I have 9 Argentinians in for the objective, and I still have my French player in, so that we can score a goal in each game, which then counts towards the 15 games, because there's 6 games with the Argentinian team and 6 games with the Moroccan team, and that adds up to 12. We still need 3 games after that to get the French objective done, where you score with a French player in 15 matches. So as I mentioned, you want to just go into squad battles, go on semi-pro, and do all the objectives very easily, very quickly. It does take a little bit of time to get through all of the games, as you are playing 12 games of squad battles. I know it can be very boring, but just flick on some Netflix, flick on some TV, whatever, watch a YouTube video, watch a podcast, whatever. And while you're doing that, it will go very, very quickly. And like I said, you don't actually need to play a second half. If you just smack in like 10, 15 goals in the first half, maybe even 20 goals if you want to push it, you can put your controller down for the entirety of the last half, and it doesn't matter because they won't score enough goals to outscore you. Obviously, when you're still doing the Japanese one, you need to play the full length of the game just to make sure that you don't concede more than one. But other than that, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. It's pretty easy to do, and it took me, like I said, it took me a couple of hours. It shouldn't take you that long either. So hopefully this video did help you. If it did help you in any way, shape or form, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications on, and I will catch you boys in the next one.